All right, today we're going to continue working on your address book activity using Microsoft Access. We are going to first make sure that you've already went to Canvas, click on Modules, scroll down to the bottom for your most recent assignment that I posted. It's going to be titled Lesson 2 and 3 Address Book, and click on it. You have two files today. You have your handout, which was given to you in class for Lesson 2 and 3, front and back. And then after I finish this video, the link will be posted. When you open the YouTube video link, you're going to right-click the link, open it in a new tab. It'll pop open in a new tab up here in your web browser, and you'll pause it real quick because you're going to be splitting screen with your Lesson 1 activity. Okay, so click on the tab, pause the video. We're going to open our Lesson 1 address book file. We're going to go to File Explorer down on your taskbar, the yellow file folder. Okay, first thing you're going to do is search in your OneDrive. So you're going to click your OneDrive. I like to click Date because it bumps the most recent file up at the top by date. So like here's my most recent. Okay, and yours should be titled Lesson 1 Address Book. So here's mine. I have teacher sample. If you don't find it in your OneDrive, go and click on Documents, and I guarantee you will see it there. For some reason, some of you are saved to Documents. All right, so we're going to open that file. Okay, and it looks like this. When you open the file, on the left-hand side under the word Tables, you should have your first table titled Friends. So you're going to double-click it to open it. Okay, now last class y'all got confused. My X is next to the little tab right here because I'm on a newer version. Yours will be somewhere over to the right. So every time you close that table out, some of you thought it disappeared or deleted. It didn't. You just have to come back over to left, double click to open it. All right, now make sure that you split screen. So again, you can grab this bar at the top, slide it, or use your Windows key left or right arrow. You're going to split screen with the video and your Lesson 1 activity. All right, let's get started on Lesson 2 for our address book. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to rename the Friends table as members. So we're going to come over here to the Friends title where you're going to right click. Okay, if you do not see rename, then you need to maybe close it out. But here's rename. And then it tells you you can't rename the database object while it's open. So I click OK and I click my X. Remember, yours is over to the right. Okay, now I can rename. So I'm going to right click, rename, and I'm just going to retype in members. And just click off anywhere to set it in. Okay, now I'm going to double click on that members because now I want to start working on this. We are going to add 2 new fields and data types to our activity. So over to the right next to zip code, we're going to click that down arrow and we're going to select date and time. For this one, our field name is going to be date joined. Okay. Our next one, we are going to select the data type as yes or no. And we are going to do dues paid. Okay. Now, notice for yes or no, it automatically inserts checkboxes for us, which is perfect. All right, down at the bottom in ID number, which should be 11. Some of you, I know your number's messed up. That's okay. If it did, and maybe yours is number 12, I'm not taking off points for that. You're going to type in your first name, your last name. Okay. Now look on your handout at number 5 for school institution. You're going to do Howard Middle. For your address, you're going to type in Howard's address. So it's 1655 Northwest 10th Street. Okay. City, we are in Ocala. State is Florida, capital F, capital L. Zip code 34475. All right. Now we are moving on to step 6. We are going to enter the date joined and dues paid data as shown in the figure at the bottom of your handout. Okay, so figure 2. So you might want to pause this video and then come back to it to do the date joined and then to check off which members paid their dues. So pause the video and then return back to the video. All right, you should have typed in the date joined and checked off the dues paid for the members that paid in the sample. For your name, make sure your date joined is 8/12/2024, and then check off dues paid for your name as well. All right, the next step is make sure you adjust a column width for any information that does not fit. Okay, some of you on lesson 1 lost points for this. All you do is say your school institution is cut off. You're going to hover in between school and address and double click, and it auto adjusts. Same thing with address and city. Hover between until you get those black outward arrows and double click. Okay. Now we are going to resave this file as lesson 2 address book. So I'm going to go to File, Save As. Click Save As. If it tells you your objects must be closed, click Yes to close them. Okay, make sure you click on OneDrive, and then we are going to change this to lesson 2 and click Save. Okay. Now, keep that file open. We're going to move right along to lesson 3. So, again, we're going to double click members to pull up that information so we can edit it. Okay, we are going to change the font and font size. So, to do that, this top little arrow next to ID, we're going to click it to select all of our information. Okay, we are going to go on the Home tab over to the right in the text formatting group. We're going to change the font to Arial and the font size to 12. Okay, and this is number 14 on the back of your handout. Number 15, change the font color to blue accent 1. So font color is the A with the little red underline. We're going to click it. If you hover over these colors, it tells you the exact color name. So this blue, it's the 5th one over. It's blue accent 1, darker 50%. We're going to select that. Okay. Now we are going to change the alignment of some of the information. So this is number 16. The ID field, we are going to come over here to the left and click it on the word ID till you get that downward arrow to select the entire column. And we're going to center align that. Okay, same thing with state, zip, and date joined. So we're going to do state all the way over to date joined and select it. And we're going to center align that. Okay, and it looks like it's only going to do one at a time. So I'm just going to come and do it one by one. There you go. All right. We are going to change and edit some information just so you know how to do it. So for Nancy Brown, she is going to be the first one. We're going to change her school institution to Springfield High School. Okay, and I just double click to edit that information. Okay, then just you can click off anywhere to make sure it's inserted. All right, now we're going to use something called the Find and Replace within our table. All right, so on our Home tab and our Find group, we're going to go to click on Replace. Okay, we are going to, in Find What, we're going to type in the name Peter. Make sure you capitalize the P. And we want to replace the name Peter with Paul. So it says Find What, I type in Peter, replace with Paul. Okay, and then I'm going to click Replace All. If it doesn't work, oh, sorry, we have to match in or look in, change that from current field to current document and click Replace All. Okay, and then click Yes, because if you want to change it later, you can't. All right. We're going to try that again. So we are going to go to Replace. This time on number 20, we are going to type in the name Nicole. And we're going to replace it with Nikki. And again, this is 20 on your handout. Remember, we want to look in and make sure it's the current document. It won't let us do it. And we're going to click Replace All. You won't be able to undo it. Yes, we want to continue. Okay, so then I can close out of that little box. So notice that Paul is now there and Nikki. So number 2 and number 8. All right, number 21, we're going to sort the last name in ascending order. So we're going to come here, okay, and we are going to sort A to Z for last name, and it'll pop the most, or the, it'll sort it in ascending order. So for instance, my last name is Beers. I'm the first one at the top now because everybody else falls under me. Last step for lesson 3 is we're going to adjust the column width to make sure everything fits. So I can see my school institution is getting cut off, so I'm going to hover between that and address and double click. Same thing with my addresses. And it looks good to go. Nothing else is covered. All right, you have finished lesson 1, 2, and 3 for your address book activity. You are going to make sure you save your new one. So we're going to save it as lesson 3. So we're going to go to File, Save As, click Save As. Yes, close objects. Yes, we want to change the design. And then remember, make sure you click on OneDrive, and we're going to change it to lesson 3. And then click Save. All right, I'm going to close that out. And what I like to do, and y'all should get in the habit of it, is I'm going to go back to File Explorer, OneDrive, open my lesson 3. Okay, again, I got to double click members and just make sure everything looks good. So my colors changed, Nikki, Paul, good to go. So then you are going to go to your assignment. Let me view as student. And you are going to click the rocket ship. Go to your OneDrive. Remember, it should be at the top if you filtered by date. There's my lesson 3. Only update or upload lesson 3. Do not do 2. Lesson 3 will show me that you did lesson 1 and 2. Okay. Remember, if it's not in OneDrive, check your documents. So once you have it selected, open. Don't forget to click submit in the right-hand corner. Turn in your handout. Make sure your name is on it. And then you are done for today. Great job, guys.